Right, so now that I have my type on path tool, I'm going to go up and select a character that I may want to use for my type. So I will click on the character up here. Now, if I click on the downward arrow, then it will open up the typefaces and actually show me what they look like with the type that I have in there. So you can scroll through there and have a look. If you don't have anything suitable, you can go to Defont to get something, but Defont aren't built very well as actual typefaces, and because you're moving around curves and things like that, you might see some funny things happening and some awful spaces and gaps. So I would suggest probably using Adobe typefaces that you can get for free from the Adobe CC downloads where you access Photoshop and Illustrator. So I'll go for that. So now, which character do I have? Source serif. Let me see, is there many in the family? Okay, so this is a typeface source serif variable. Now that's part of a family of typefaces. So that comes in bold, Roman, extra light, light, regular, semi-bold, bold, and black. So it's a really good idea to choose a typeface in any design work that comes from a family of type if you're doing more than just a heading. Because if you're doing a heading, a subheading, body copy, it's always much cleaner to actually have type that belongs to the same family of type. So I'm choosing the Roman font from the font family of source serif variable. Okay, and so I might want to establish a point of distinction between the first letter and the second. So I could go to character and choose see what bold is like, or black, or something else. Now I have typed in my type, it is, so if I look at character, there's 120 point size. So that's the point size that I'm going to use for the start, but then I'm going to have it getting a bit smaller as it goes down. So the next one I'll select and maybe make the type about 110. See what it looks like. And then the next one, maybe 105. And have it gradually going down. 100. Doing this also gives it a sense of depth if it's sort of disappearing from. Leave that as 100 as well. So I'll change them all to 100. And then this one had dropped off. It's back on there now, which is better. It finishes off the word. And it's in a different typeface, which that could be interesting too. It gives that feeling of curvature as well. So let me see, but I'm going to make these all bold. Sans serif, and it showed nothing because it was a combination of different ones. Okay, so I'm going to use that and make these ones a little bit smaller so they fit in a bit better. Maybe down to 90. Okay, so now that I have that done, I'm going to go to Object and down to Envelope Distort and Make with Mesh. And I'm going to select 12 for the rows, and for the columns, 18. Okay, so that gives me a pretty detailed grid. So to do any work, I need to zoom in on that, and to move the text around, I need to use the direct selection tool. So if I click on the background to deselect, then click on here again with the direct selection, then I can click on these little square nodes and I can adjust the type. If you're not happy with it, just do Control-Z. Now I've made it a bit harder on myself to manage because what I've done is I've put a lot more grids in there than perhaps what was necessary. So I'm going to Control-Z and I'll show you. I'm going to go back to Envelope Distort, Object, Envelope Distort, Make with Mesh, and I'm going to go 6 and 9, and that will